Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly no matter how hard they try? Why is it that two people can start from the same place, with the same opportunities, yet their lives end up on completely different paths? One filled with growth, abundance, and happiness, and the other filled with frustration, lack, and regret? The answer is not luck. It's not fate. And it's not even about working harder. The real answer lies in something far more powerful, something most people never will learn to use: the hidden force within their own mind. In this audiobook-style journey, we are going to dive into the life-changing wisdom from unlocking the hidden power within you. This book isn't just about positive thinking or surface-level motivation. It's about discovering the blueprint of your subconscious mind, understanding how it shapes every decision, every action, and every outcome of your life, and learning how to master it. Because once you unlock this hidden power, you'll see opportunities where others see obstacles. You'll feel confident where others feel fear, and you'll create success where others only dream of it. Think of your mind as a vast landscape, with your conscious mind being the surface, the part you see every day, the part that makes decisions, plans, and analyzes. But beneath that surface lies an ocean, the subconscious mind, where your deepest beliefs, habits, and automatic responses live. Most people never explore this ocean. They live only on the surface, tossed around by the waves of circumstance, never realizing that the real power lies in the depths. But once you dive deep, once you take control of what's hidden beneath, you gain the ability to steer your life in any direction you choose. This book teaches us that success doesn't start with what you do. It starts with what you believe. Every action, every choice, every result in your life is first born as a thought. And when thoughts are repeated often enough with emotion, they sink into your subconscious and become beliefs. These beliefs then become the silent script that runs your life, whether you're aware of it or not. If your script is filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, your life will reflect that. But if your script is filled with confidence, abundance, and possibility, your life will reflect that too. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a powerful magnet. Whatever thoughts and emotions you focus on most strongly are the things you attract into your reality. If you constantly think about problems, you'll attract more problems. But if you think about solutions, opportunities, and success, you'll naturally attract them into your life. This isn't magic, it's psychology. Your subconscious filters the world around you to match your inner beliefs. Out of billions of possibilities, it shows you only what aligns with your internal programming. That's why two people can be in the same situation, yet see completely different realities. But here's the best part. You are not stuck with your old programming. You can rewrite it. Just as a computer can be updated with new software, your mind can be updated with new beliefs, new patterns, and new possibilities. And once you do that, your outer world will shift to reflect your inner transformation. That's the secret. That's the hidden power within you. And in the coming chapters, we will explore exactly how to unlock it. We'll uncover the methods to reprogram your subconscious, the strategies to align your inner thoughts with your outer goals, and the timeless principles that can help you create a life of limitless growth and success. By the time you reach the end of this journey, you will not just be motivated, you will be transformed. So stay with me, because what you are about to discover has the power to change your life forever. When you begin to understand the subconscious mind, you realize that it is like a quiet but powerful servant. It never questions, it never argues, it never stops to decide whether your thoughts are helpful or harmful. It simply accepts them and works to make them real. If you tell yourself every day, "I am unlucky, I always fail, nothing good happens to me," your subconscious accepts that as truth and begins shaping your actions, your emotions, and even your perception of reality to match that belief. On the other hand, if you tell yourself, "I am capable, I am deserving of success, opportunities come to me easily," your subconscious accepts that as well and begins aligning circumstances and behaviors to bring it into existence. This means your words are far more powerful than you realize. Every sentence you whisper to yourself in silence, every phrase you repeat in your mind, becomes a command that the subconscious follows. The problem is, most people are completely unaware of this inner dialogue. They go through life saying things like, "I can't afford that. I'll never make it. People don't like me. I'm not good enough," without realizing they are programming their subconscious to make those statements come true. That's why awareness is the very first step to unlocking the hidden power within you. You must become conscious of what you are unconsciously telling yourself. Think about it. If your life up to this point has not been the way you dreamed, if you've faced constant setbacks, frustrations, or disappointments, chances are your subconscious has been filled with beliefs that don't serve you. But here's the good news. You have the power to change it, starting right now. The past does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. Your limitations do not define you. What defines you is what you choose to believe about yourself in this moment. One of the most powerful lessons from unlocking the hidden power within you is that imagination is the gateway to transformation. Whatever you can imagine vividly and emotionally, your subconscious accepts as reality. This is why athletes visualize their performance before stepping onto the field. This is why successful entrepreneurs picture their goals long before they achieve them. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined picture and real life. To it, both are equally true. That is why visualization is not a silly game. It is a tool of creation. Imagine waking up each morning and taking just a few minutes to see yourself as the person you want to become. Imagine feeling the confidence in your voice, seeing yourself walking into opportunities, experiencing the joy of achieving your goals. When you do this repeatedly, you are planting seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious. And just like a garden, those seeds will grow into reality if you continue to nurture them with repetition and belief. But it doesn't stop at imagination alone. You must also charge those images with emotion. The subconscious responds most powerfully not to logic, but to feelings. That's why memories tied to strong emotions stay with you forever, while small, unimportant details fade away. If you want to program your subconscious, you must combine vision with emotion. Feel the excitement of success, the gratitude of abundance, the relief of freedom. When you pair emotion with imagination, you create a force your subconscious cannot ignore. This is where many people make a mistake. They say affirmations without feeling, repeating words like robots. "I am successful. I am confident." But without emotion, the words are empty. Your subconscious doesn't respond to lifeless repetition. It responds to energy. So when you say, "I am confident," feel it in your body. Let it vibrate in your voice. Let it paint pictures in your mind. When you say, "I attract opportunities," imagine doors opening, people smiling, chances arriving at your feet. That's when the subconscious begins to shift. Another key teaching is persistence. Just as one day of watering doesn't grow a tree, one day of affirmations or visualization will not instantly transform your life. The subconscious mind has been shaped for years, sometimes decades. To reprogram it, you must be patient and consistent. Daily practice is the secret. Even if you don't see results right away, trust that the seeds you're planting are taking root beneath the surface. With time, they will sprout. And here is where most people give up. They stop just before the miracle happens. They practice for a week or a month, and when nothing changes, they go back to their old patterns. But those who persist, those who continue feeding their subconscious with empowering thoughts, eventually break through. Their reality begins to shift, sometimes so subtly at first that they don't notice. But then, one day they realize life feels lighter, opportunities are showing up, people are treating them differently, and success is flowing. That's not coincidence. It's the power within responding to their persistence. This book also reminds us of something profound. Your subconscious is always connected to the greater universe. The thoughts you hold do not just stay inside you, they ripple outward. They influence your actions, which influence people around you, which influence circumstances and events. When you think positively and confidently, you not only change your inner world, you shift your outer world as well. You attract people who resonate with your energy. You find yourself in the right place at the right time, and doors open that seemed impossible before. So if you want to transform your life, begin by transforming the invisible. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your self-talk. Stop telling yourself what you don't want and start affirming what you do want. Replace fear with faith, doubt with determination, and limitation with possibility. Your subconscious will obey, and your reality will follow. One of the most fascinating truths revealed in unlocking the hidden power within you is that the subconscious mind never rests. It is awake 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, silently shaping your behavior, influencing your decisions, and guiding your responses even while you sleep. In fact, some of the most powerful programming happens during sleep, when the conscious mind relaxes and the subconscious becomes highly receptive. This is why what you focus on before going to bed matters so much. If you go to sleep filled with worry, fear, and negativity, those emotions sink deep into your subconscious, reinforcing patterns of stress and limitation. But if you end your day with gratitude, positive affirmations, and visions of success, you are literally planting seeds that will grow overnight. Think about how a farmer treats the soil. He doesn't throw weeds into it before resting. He carefully chooses seeds that will bear fruit. The same is true for your mind. Every night before sleep, you have the chance to plant seeds in the most fertile ground of your subconscious. That's why so many great thinkers, inventors, and leaders practice the habit of nightly visualization. Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, even modern athletes and performers, many of them use the power of imagination before bed, knowing their subconscious would work on those images during sleep and bring insights, solutions, and strength by morning. Now, imagine if you started doing this every day. Imagine ending your nights not with anxiety about bills, worries about the future, or replaying mistakes from the past, but instead with a calm, vivid picture of the life you desire. Imagine telling yourself, "I am growing stronger. I am surrounded by opportunities. Tomorrow will bring me closer to my dreams." Over time, your subconscious will accept these truths, and your life will begin to mirror them. This is not fantasy. It's the quiet science of the mind. But unlocking the hidden power within you is not only about thoughts and imagination. It is also about awareness. You must become aware of the patterns you've been living under. So many people go through life on autopilot, repeating the same routines, making the same choices, reacting the same way, never realizing that they are trapped in cycles created by old beliefs. They wonder why nothing changes, yet they never stopped to question the script running silently in the background. The first step to breaking free is awareness. Ask yourself, what do I really believe about money, about success, about relationships, about myself? Do I secretly believe money is hard to earn? Do I believe I don't deserve love or happiness? Do I believe success is for others, but not for me? These beliefs might be invisible, but they are powerful because they control how you act, how you speak, and how you show up in the world. Becoming aware of them is like turning on the lights in a dark room. You finally see what has been holding you back, and once you see it, you can change it. Changing it requires not just new thoughts, but new emotions. You cannot simply replace a negative thought with a neutral one. You must charge it with positive energy. For example, if you've always believed, "I am unlucky," you don't just say, "I am not unlucky." Instead, you say, "I am blessed. Good fortune follows me. Opportunities are drawn to me every day." And you don't just say it, you feel it. You let yourself imagine what it would be like if this were already true. The combination of repetition and emotion is what reprograms the subconscious. And then comes action. Many people misunderstand the power of the mind, thinking it means you can just sit and think positively while the world changes. That is not the teaching. The subconscious influences your behavior in subtle but powerful ways. When you fill your mind with confidence and success, you naturally begin to take actions that align with those beliefs. You walk differently, you speak differently, you notice opportunities others ignore, and you take chances that once scared you. Those actions, fueled by new beliefs, lead to new results. And soon, your outer world begins to reflect the inner world you've created. It is like tuning a radio. If you are tuned to the wrong frequency, no matter how much you twist the volume knob, you will only hear static. But once you tune to the right station, the music flows clearly. Your subconscious is that tuner. If it is set to doubt, fear, and limitation, your life will play those songs on repeat. But if you set it to confidence, gratitude, and abundance, your life will play a very different melody. And you are the one who holds the dial. One powerful practice shared in the book is the use of gratitude as a tool for transformation. Gratitude is not just saying thank you when something good happens. It is a state of being, a way of focusing on what is already good in your life instead of what is missing. When you practice gratitude, your subconscious begins to expect more blessings, more abundance, and more opportunities. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from fear to trust. And because the subconscious shapes your reality, your outer world begins to deliver more things to be grateful for. Gratitude is like a magnet that draws more of what you appreciate. So every day, take a few moments to notice the blessings around you. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the people who support you, the small victories you've already achieved. Write them down, feel them deeply, and let that gratitude fill your heart. Over time, you will notice how this simple practice changes the way you see the world. Suddenly, instead of focusing on problems, you begin to see possibilities. Instead of feeling lack, you feel abundance. And that shift in focus rewires your subconscious to attract more good into your life. This is the heart of unlocking the hidden power within you. It is not about denying reality. It is about creating a new reality by first shaping your inner world. When you master your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs, you gain control over the invisible force that shapes everything you experience. And once you realize that power, you will never see yourself as a victim again. You will know deep within that you are the creator of your life. There is another vital principle hidden within this teaching, the law of focus. Whatever you give your attention to expands in your life. If you constantly think about problems, you train your subconscious to look for more problems. If you constantly talk about obstacles, you subconsciously prepare yourself to stumble over them again and again. But if you focus on solutions, possibilities, and growth, your subconscious will begin to notice paths that were invisible before. Focus is like a flashlight in a dark cave. The cave might be vast, filled with treasures, but you can only see what you shine the light on. Most people shine their light on what's wrong, what's missing, and what could go wrong. Few shine their light on opportunities, strengths, and blessings. But those who do end up discovering treasures that others never see. This is why changing your inner language is so important. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," say, "This is a challenge I can grow through." Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," say, "How can I create the resources to achieve it?" These small shifts may seem insignificant, but they are commands to your subconscious. They reshape how your mind interprets the world and how it guides your actions. And over time, these new directions build a new life. Think about the people you admire: leaders, creators, innovators, and visionaries. They are not free from problems. They are not immune to failure. But what sets them apart is how their subconscious is programmed to respond. Where others see dead ends, they see possibilities. Where others collapse under fear, they rise with faith. Their subconscious is aligned with their vision, and so every action they take moves them closer to it. And the truth is, you can train your mind to do the same. Let's go deeper into this. Your subconscious does not argue with you. If you say, "I can't handle this," it accepts it as fact and limits your energy, creativity, and strength. But if you say, "I am resourceful, I will find a way," your subconscious opens up channels of creativity, resilience, and confidence that were locked before. The words you choose determine whether your subconscious builds walls or opens doors. That's why it's not enough to casually think positively once in a while. You must make empowering self-talk a habit, a daily practice, until your subconscious naturally defaults to confidence and strength. Another critical aspect of unlocking your hidden power is learning to release the past. Many people are chained not by their current reality, but by memories of old failures, mistakes, or traumas. They replay those moments in their minds again and again, feeding the subconscious with images of defeat. But the past is not a prison. It is a teacher. You can choose to let it define you, or you can choose to let it refine you. When you shift the meaning of your past experiences from "this broke me" to "this built me," your subconscious begins to turn wounds into wisdom and pain into power. For example, someone who failed in business might keep telling themselves, "I'm not cut out for success." Their subconscious will ensure they avoid risks, miss opportunities, and repeat the cycle of failure. But if they change the story to, "That experience taught me valuable lessons and prepared me for greater success," their subconscious will begin to seek new opportunities with courage and determination. The facts of the past don't change, but the meaning you assign to them changes everything. This is why forgiveness of yourself and others is one of the most liberating tools for reprogramming the subconscious. Holding on to resentment keeps your mind locked in negative cycles. Forgiveness does not mean you excuse wrongs. It means you free yourself from the emotional chains.